What is up, Wolverine Nation? Is your boy TJ Ronin, and I have a returning guest, a fan favorite, Johnny Olden, joining me today to talk some Michigan football, to get some shit off his chest and let everybody know the deal. Johnny, what is up? Welcome to Michigan at the Voice of College Football, man.
What's going on, TJ? We licking our wounds right now. We licking our wounds.
Facts, dude. Facts. Yeah, I think we're all going through it a little bit. As you guys know, this is the call-in show. I put the StreamYard link in the chat. I'm going to actually put it in the description, so that's bad on me. I forgot to do that. But as you guys know, the format to the Michigan Football Call-in Show, for every $100, you guys contribute to the channel. We go an extra hour. Last Saturday, we had a 5-hour show, guys. Thanks to you guys. You guys were champions. Yeah, bro. They went, bro. The people had to get some shit off their chest, bro. So it was a great show last week. We appreciate that. We're gonna come with that heat again today. You guys know it. And yeah, so again, for every 100, whether it be super chat, membership, super sticker, we will go an additional hour. Obviously, Johnny will stay as long as he can. If you guys make me stay for 12 hours, well, then we'll do the damn thing. But yeah, Johnny. So I've been excited to have you on, bro. As you know, we all know what went down the last week. So I want to get your thoughts and perspective and bring it to our community here. So before we get into like some specific questions, just give me your overall thoughts on the game last weekend and the direction of the program right now.
It's not looking good. I'm gonna keep it 100, keep it real, all of the above. It's not looking good right now, bro, because that team looked poorly coached. It's one thing to lose, but you don't want to lose and look poorly coached. Like defense look lost. Haven't seen something like that since 2020 Don Brown or something. Offense abysmal, horrible. Right. And Davis Warren, he ain't it. I'm sorry. He ain't it. And what killed me was take him out. Like all right, Texas is up. We can't win. Put in somebody else. You could have got Alex Orji or Jaden Denegal, whoever, somebody. You could have got them some reps to see if maybe you got a dog. Right. That was the perfect time. If they throw interceptions, it doesn't matter. We're getting destroyed. So that was the perfect time to do that. Now, all you learned is Davis could move the ball in garbage time when you could have actually got somebody else some in-game reps to get a look at least. Yeah, it would have been garbage times, but you would have at least got a look. Right. So right now, I'm looking at all the coaches sideways. Like nobody gets away with me. Kurt Campbell, Sharon Moore, all the assistant coaches, Wink, everybody. I'm looking at everybody sideways right now.
Yeah, all right. So since you touched on it, let's get into it. So what is your thoughts on the coaching staff? I mean, where are you at with it? Where's your confidence level? Who do you think, what are some coaches that you think deserve the most attention?
It's right now. It looks. I don't know who's being well coached. Looking at them, honestly. So I know Sharon needs to. What's the offensive line coach? The new offensive line coach.
Grant Newsom.
Sharon, you need to be back. You need to be back over offensive line. Like to me, we're at the point where Sharon, we know what you can do well. You got to get back to it 100%. Really, like you have to. If you just got more on your plate, then that's so be it. But you got to try to get this offensive line where it needs to be. What's his name? Kurt Campbell. You garbage. Go back to coaching quarterbacks. If that, I really don't want you coaching them. If I'm gonna be 100 right now. Yeah. So you garbage, bro. Sharon, you got to take over play calling. This is just the facts. Like, I ain't seen nothing like this in a while. Yeah. Defense, Wink, please call Jesse. Please. Jesse or Mike. And please, like Wink has to humble himself. But like the linebacker coach, those dudes look lost, bro. They look lost in space. Like, and we were all
Dude,
we
bro.
were
Okay,
an upgrade, right?
let's hit on that. So Brian Jean-Marie is the coach of the linebackers, and like we talked about this Saturday, I have not seen the linebacker play this poorly since 2020 when Brian Jean-Marie was the linebackers coach. That shit looks ridiculous. Like they look lost. The fundamentals are gone. Like I'll tell you, Brian Jean-Marie, man, that's one of the biggest. Listen, there's a lot of coaches who, you know, I talked about this. I mean, you tell me, Johnny, does this coaching staff have your trust?
No,
What's
no.
your thoughts on what we heard out of camp to what we're seeing on the field right now? What do you think about
Oh,
that?
they sold us nothing but lies. They sold us
Yeah,
all dreams.
yeah,
Nothing but
it's
lies
why.
and dreams.
But isn't it wild the confidence they had in their press conferences? Like, cause like I talk about to our community at least that Sharon Moore was like he was confident as hell, bro. He had a good like grin, like he seemed like he had some tricks up his sleeve. I feel like our coaches have been smacked in the face right now. Now, another thing that concerns me though is if you have you listened to the coaches press conferences recently, like even after the Texas game.
Yeah, I didn't
They
like what
think
I
they
heard.
think it's just a few tweaks away from being corrected, and I'm telling you right now, man, that's concerning to me because it looks like a lot more than a few tweaks away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a few tweaks. Like with the linebackers, it looked like Ernest Hausman played a ton back. Those dudes look like freshmen. Hausman and Barham, they look like true freshmen.
Bro, dude, Hausman can't wrap up. Barham's taking poor pursuit angles. I mean, the linebacker play is just abysmal. And then let's talk about offensive line. Like, for example, Grant Newsome, as you said, listen, we can say, oh, Grant Newsome, Sherrone Moore needs to get. Dude, Sherrone Moore's working on with the offensive lineman. He's not working with the offensive lineman.
I know he
You know what I
is. He has to
Yeah,
be.
like so that's the thing is like and Sherrone Moore said this is another thing too. So this is what I mean. Sherrone Moore made a comment maybe 3 weeks into the fall camp. He goes, as long as I'm here, our offensive line play will remain elite.
I bet he wish he ain't say that. And that's what
Bro.
most of us were thinking though. In the offseason, like Sharon, we trust. We know he knows how to do this. So that's why I'm like, bro, if you're not 100% on that offensive line, bro, because if the defense isn't great, because I've seen people saying, "Oh, we just lost to Texas," and no, I need people to understand the offense has looked horrible for 2 games. Texas, okay, that's kind of understandable. Still not really. You looked garbage against Fresno. That ain't
Yeah.
understandable. That
Right.
ain't
Well, I mean,
understandable.
right. The excuse would be, well, it was week one. We're rusty. We're just getting our thing. We got some new starters. We're getting, but and also like the thing we at least we believed here, the playbook was vanilla. We thought maybe they
Yeah,
had some,
they're
some more
saving
up their
plays.
sleeve. Right. That would be the thought, right? So like I said to what I've said is we got Arkansas State this week. I don't want to see no vanilla. You guys better
Yeah,
figure
you
it
got to
out.
run through them.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's get to this super chat here. Go Blue, fly Eagles, fly number 3, $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Do you guys think our recruiting in the past 2 years has an effect on how we're playing right now? Johnny, let me take this first. 1,000%. Because, and this is something I've stressed and I've gotten a lot of flack. Okay. So, I've been on the message boards. I've done some debating, in my day. And a lot of people don't want to believe that the reality is we are in the NIL era. And the success of our team, the past 3 years has been built on pre-NIL players who came before NIL was a factor. JJ, Blake Corum, Keegan, and Junior Colson, even Will Johnson, although that was the year it became active, but it was only 6 months in effect when Will Johnson's class signed there on the National Sign Day. And Will Johnson did get NIL, but now because the market's evolving and it's starting to grow and mature, it's becoming more aggressive and these kids are getting even more money. And not only that, there's more people involved, like agents and marketing firms. So like it's a whole other animal. But like the reality is the last 2 years, I think we had 3 top 100 recruits in 2 years. 3, or maybe it was 2, or maybe it was 1. Actually, I think it was 1. I think it was 1 top 100 recruit in the last 2 years. That's the type of stuff you cannot succeed. But then a lot of people would argue with you and be like, well, we're Michigan, we develop, blah, blah, blah. Listen, Herbert's gone. Coach Herbert's gone, right? Jim Harbaugh's gone. Now, even so, though, you still have to get a certain level of talent. Like we won our national title, our Big Ten championships because we had cornerstone players. Your JJs, your Aiden Hutchinsons, your even Diamond Edwards. Diamond Edwards was almost a borderline 5-star, and he's still here. But here's the thing: to that point too, they're not putting him in a position to succeed. Johnny, what do you think? And let me also, before I ask you this question about Donovan Edwards, again to our chat and everyone joining us now, we're almost at 200 viewers on all of our platforms. Again, for every $100 we get in super chats, memberships, and super stickers, we will go an extra hour for you guys. And then yeah. So we again thank you everybody who contributes, just like our boy Go Blue, Fly Eagles Fly. Thank you for your super chat. But Johnny, I wanted to ask you regarding Donovan Edwards. What do you think about the use of Donovan Edwards and how they're applying him in the offense right now?
It's ridiculous, honestly, because this dude's been on the team for what is this, fourth? This is his fourth year. Yeah, right.
I think it's his third year.
This dude's been around a long time, and that you act like you don't know how to use him.
I
Like
know.
some of this stuff, bro, it's mind-boggling that you don't know how to use Donovan Edwards. Everybody knows he may be a better receiver than running back, and you refuse to put him out wide or put him in the slot. You motion him out.
Right.
You want to
Right.
keep a back there. You want to keep Mullins still back there, or whoever, Marshall, I don't care. But then you motion him out of the backfield, bro. Like, this is ABC stuff. Like, how do you not know, bro? I hate bad coaching mistakes, bro. When I think about this stuff, it makes my blood boil
Yeah.
because
Okay.
there's no excuse.
Okay, so all right, let's hit on that then. Because obviously we're looking at a team that's dysfunctional. We see players being misused. We see issues all across the board. So let me ask you this: what are your thoughts as Sharon Moore as a head coach? What are your thoughts, not only the present but the future?
I'm looking at him sideways because I have to, because you're the head coach. The same way you have to, you get the praise, you're gonna get the blame when it goes wrong. So I'm looking at all your assistant coaches you hired. I'm looking at all of them. I'm looking at Wink. I'm looking at Kirk Campbell becoming the OC. Hey, do you need him to call plays? Sark over there on the sideline killing Wink. He gave Wink a spanking the other day. That was a spanking. Like, bro, this ain't what you thought it was. So I'm looking at Sharon Moore like, bro, you got to get this together. But you've hired this staff the same way I was hard on Harbaugh with Don Brown. But if this is the big thing right here, though. If he's stubborn like Harbaugh, he gonna get fired.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting to me is they gave him that 5-year contract after getting whooped by Texas, and it's obviously because what I think the reason that the timing, because let's listen. There's no coincidence in anything, right? Like they dropped that contract for a few reasons. One, because media got a hold of the reality of his agreement with Michigan, right? And then it started to become public, and then we were being negatively recruited. But then you get your ass kicked by Texas, and I think to save face in recruiting, they dropped that contract. Is what I think occurred. They didn't just, oh well, you know what, we had since February to do this, and now we're going to do it the week we got beat by Texas. Oh, it just so happens we're on the same terms now. No, you're not. Like I'll be real with you, man. Like I love Michigan, but like sometimes they do some funny stuff, bro. And that was a funny move in my opinion. Like, why didn't you do it sooner? Why'd you do it the week we get whooped by Texas? Like they just seem to be so reactive to everything, man. Like it just frustrates me.
They are, and all these old, like the Ohio State podcasts and all them, they have a field day off of this stuff. But
I know.
And I have to look back at it.
We would too. We would too if it was,
Yeah, and I have to look back at it like, well, it is strange. Why hasn't he signed the contract? Like,
right.
It's odd behavior.
But at the end of the day, like I wasn't mad at it because, like, I'll be honest, like there's a big part of me that's like, well, I think Sharon should be on a temp position, but you can't give a coach a temp role because if you do that, you'll struggle in recruiting, you won't survive, and you can't do that to the program. But like one thing, we have a bunch of callers, so we're gonna get to you guys here in a second. I just want to hit on this. Thank you, Juju, Troy, Nick, and Ball Talk Michigan. We will get to all you guys, but the thing to me, Johnny, I want to get your thoughts on this before I give a shout out here to Tom for the gifted membership. But the Sharon Moore era or the Sharon Moore transition was supposed to be to maintain Michigan's elite play in the Big Ten and to not waste a national championship caliber defense. So this way we don't go through a rebuild. Well, I don't know about you, Johnny, but this is looking like a damn rebuild, and it's looking like a bad one too. It's looking like we might have a real problem here.
Yeah, and
What are your
that's a
thoughts on
fact.
that? Yeah,
That's a fact. Because the one thing that we were all thinking, and not just some YouTubers, but the national media, Michigan's gonna have an elite defense. Yeah, they're gonna have an elite defense.
at least top 10.
Exactly. And I don't care what anybody says. If you know football, that defense was lost in space, and you can't play
Oh
you
yeah,
can't play fast, physical, good defense if you're confused. Jair Hill was confused. Nate Hausman, Barham lost. They didn't have a clue. You know what I'm saying? You could tell that defense was confused.
well, even the
The
defensive
defensive
line.
linemen
Not one
alignment,
sack. Not one sack, Johnny.
no twists, no stunts. A staple from last year.
Yeah,
Lost
man.
in space.
Not good. It was a bad look. It was a bad look. All right, let's give a shout out here to Tom Bouchard. He gifted a membership. Thank you very much, Tom, for your gifted membership. I can't see who it went to. Actually, yes, I can. Jeremy, shout out to you, man. Welcome to the Michigan community. Enjoy your emojis. And if there's any Ohio State trolls, you can throw those cheeseburgers at them. All right,
Yep.
let's get to our first caller, Johnny. The crew has been waiting.